I just reached out to her and she did tell me there was like an issue on your floor, so she's gonna reschedule, okay? Okay. All right.
All right, let's get on the record with Mr. Roby. It's 25 SC 006 000. Mr. Roby is here in court with Ms. Wood. Mr. Body represents the state. Mr. Roby, good afternoon.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. We're gonna have a quick conversation about your case. Make sure your lawyer has all the discovery, the evidence that she's entitled to. We're gonna see what the state's offer is. Because you're charged with murder, we don't usually work cases out through the conversation we're gonna have, but I'm gonna have the state get on the record what its offer is if you were interested in entering a plea today. And if you're not interested in taking the state's offer, then we move your case to a trial calendar. And you're actually on 2 different calendars coming up soon because you've been in jail for a long time and we ought to try to get a jury to hear this case as soon as we can, okay?
Sure.
Ms. Wood, do you feel like you've got all the discovery in the case?
Yes, Judge, I do need to tell you about a little hiccup. I did tell Mr. Body about it. So we had done the contact, can you stop?
No, you're good.
Sorry. We had you signed a contact order for my investigator to set up contact visit for him. My investigator ended up having to go out on maternity leave much earlier than she anticipated. So
Everything is okay?
yes, she's good. Baby's good. But then of course that interfered with her plans to see Mr. Roby. So she passed that off to a different investigator. I unfortunately saw in the system where that investigator had seen Mr. Roby earlier this month, so I thought everything's
great.
And so when I met with him today, he said actually like they called me out, but they never like took me anywhere. And so I just reached out to her. She said yes, she had it lined up that day. There was an issue on his floor. They asked her to reschedule, and then she's been so busy running around for me and other attorneys, she has not rescheduled it yet. So he has not actually seen his digital discovery. He's very interested in seeing it. Let Mr. Body know. I think I can have it done before the 23rd trial calendar. I just don't know if I can have it done for Judge Emerson's trial calendar.
Okay.
So that's my request.
Is the digital discovery pretty central to what's going on in the case?
I would say yes. Like there's a lot of cell phone records that I just can't print out that
Got
need to
it.
be reviewed.
It's not so much, hey, look at this surveillance camera as it is, look at what this phone
There is a very important video
that he should see also.
Yes,
Okay.
for sure. But the cell phone records is the thing that I was like, I just can't get all this out.
Yeah. So are you sharing that to say we shouldn't do final plea yet? Because really, Mr. Roby hasn't had a chance to digest how strong or weak the state's case is? Because I'm all right with that too. I just wasn't sure where this was leading other than please don't put us up in front of Emerson.
He and I have gone over what I've been able to go over with him. So he understands the magnitude of this case.
Yeah.
So I think we can go ahead with final plea. That's fine with me.
Okay.
I just want to let you know about the discovery issue.
Got it. If I see that we are trending towards getting onto the Emerson calendar, the other thing we could do is what I discussed with Mr. Wallach, which would be to have Mr. Roby brought over here. And that way he could watch it. You wouldn't even need to be here, or another investigator could sit. But as long as there was a device and a way to play or flip through the cell phone records, then we could address that a way that might not be as much of a scheduling challenge for you. But let's see how that goes.
Okay.
We've got 1 continuance on the Emerson calendar so far, but you're still a little ways away. So, Mr. Roby, I'm going to ask the prosecutor to share with me what he would recommend if you entered a plea today. I'll make sure you understand it, and then you can tell me, yep, that's what I want to do, or no, sir, I'd like to go to trial. Okay?
Okay.
Mr. Body, if Mr. Roby wanted to resolve the case today, what's the state's recommendation?
The operative life, Your Honor.
Okay, it's pleading to the indictment. Got it. So, Mr. Roby, the state at this point is not inclined to reduce anything to a voluntary manslaughter or something else. And you would, if you wanted to plead, you'd plead straight up to the indictment. The lowest sentence I could give you in that instance would be life. It would be plus 5 years for this gun charge. But that's life with the possibility of parole. The difference is if you go to trial and you're found guilty, I don't know that you would be, but if you are found guilty, the state might then advocate for life without parole. And I have the discretion to go in either direction, life or life without parole. They're both very, very large concepts. You're not eligible for parole for 30 years if you plead to murder or you're found guilty of murder. Life without parole would mean you're not ever eligible for parole. So they're big things. Have you thought about whether you want to plead to the indictment as is?
No, I do not want to plea.
Okay. Then what we'll do is move you to trial. That doesn't mean you forever can't. The fact that you said no, you don't want to plead today doesn't mean you cannot change your mind. It may be after you watch this discovery and whatnot, you nudge Ms. Wood and say, hey, we need to try to work something out. And if you guys work something out, that's great. And I can take that plea. The only thing that changes from today is you don't get to withdraw your plea if the sentence I give you is more than what Ms. Wood asks for. Just like at trial. If you're found guilty at trial, you don't get to say, I don't like that sentence. I want a new trial. You're stuck with the sentence you get if you're found guilty. Going forward, you could raise your hand and say, I want to plead. I don't want to make the victim's family go through this, and I'm a work the case out. You just would be stuck with whatever sentence I gave you. Does that make sense? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll work with your lawyer about getting you here to watch discovery if we start getting into it. Hey, we might be able to get you in front of a jury sooner. But Ms. Wood is on her own going to be figuring out a way to get herself or an investigator out to the jail so that you can watch with that person this discovery that you haven't been able to see so far. Mr. Abadi, anything else for the state? Okay, Ms. Wood, anything else?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right, either way, Mr. Roby, I'll see you soon. You are on the April 23rd trial calendar, so you'll come back for that call of the calendar. The trial wouldn't start till that following Monday. That's a Thursday, but that would be the latest I'd see you. You're on this other trial calendar that I mentioned. You wouldn't see me. You would definitely see Ms. Wood, but that would be not next week, but the week after. So don't be surprised if you get put back on a bus sometime soon coming over here.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Have a nice day.
You too.
May I be excused?
If you're done. All right, Mr. Wallach, we got to cover two things this afternoon with Mr. Williams. One is whether you're going to waive arraignment.
We are, Judge, and I went ahead and filled out the form that you pointed to. And
Excellent. If you'll give that to Deputy Gordon, he'll get it to me and we'll get it filed. Thanks for coming by, college students.
Oh, thank you. We'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So we took care of arraignment. Mr. Williams, the state superseded the indictment. Mr. Wallach told you what's changed. One count went away, et cetera. The other thing we need to work through is enabling Mr. Wallach and Mr. Williams to spend more time together, and you, Mr. Williams, to be able to review digital evidence. The sheriff's team has told me they would prefer transporting you here. And when we're down some morning or afternoon, have you sit right there with a laptop and watch the video rather than having the law library exclusive to you and you handling digital media. Their preference from security and staffing was to do it the way in the past I thought they didn't want, which was to use transport, but they were very specific. And you're welcome to be here, or an investigator can be here.
So, and obviously not disputing what they told you, what they told us was we could do it on a flash drive and he'd have access in the law library.
Right.
So, which is why we requested it that way.
And it was a great request. And so I went to the tippy top and said, I've not really had a request like this. I want to do it the right way. And the answer I got was, we will not fuss it. They used to fuss it. You brought someone over so they could watch it. Let's do that at the jail. Staffing levels are different now, I guess. And so
with that in mind, because that goes to one of the other requests, do they prefer that if I need to meet with Mr. Williams, or my team, my investigators do, and we need to meet with him in what we call a contact visit, which means not through the glass where we can't hear each other and
Right.
couldn't really play a video and talk about it and go back and forth. They want us doing that here.
nope. I asked that
They
question
want-
as well.
They want that there.
Yes, but that would be, if that's the only thing you're doing, it would be there, because you have the additional request of Mr. Williams reviewing digital evidence solo, because often the lawyer says, I want to watch it with, or my investigator is going to watch it with. That's a contact visit there. But if he's going to watch it solo, the answer I received is then we'll bring the inmate here and he or she can watch it in a private courtroom, no one else is in here, et cetera. You may want to combine the two. And if you do, you are welcome to do it here if that's your preference. And that would just mean coordinating schedules, because it would need to be a morning or an afternoon when I don't have court out here. And so that's why I wanted the three of us to be talking about it. You can do both. I just haven't signed the contact visit order yet because I wanted us to have this conversation. If you want to have the order in place where you can flash it and that gets you and a laptop into a conference room with Mr. Williams at the jail, I'm happy to sign that. I don't need to sign an order to have Mr. Williams come here. I just order him up, but I would need that flash drive and some device on which to watch it, which would mean you or an investigator would be here anyway. So query, do you also then want to do the jail one? I'm open to whatever. I'm just going to follow the request of the sheriff because they do great work for us and they are thinly staffed.
Right. No, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you clarifying the way that they want it, because that's at the end of the day how it has to get done.
Amen.
So if I want to have Mr. Williams here, whether it's meeting with me or the investigator or on his own or whatnot, coordinate it through your office?
Yep. You'd reach out to Ms. Nelson and she'd look and say, hey, Tuesday afternoon, we don't have court. And so we'd make sure that Mr. Williams is brought over. He'd be brought over on the morning bus. But then once we're done with court, Deputy Gordon will get him, bring him up, and then he just locks the courtroom. He can be in his office and there's no one in here other than if you were going to be here or an investigator, but it would be, we'll call it defense team only.
Okay.
And that can serve both purposes. Mr. Williams reviewing it by himself or you or an associate being here with him.
And in terms of contact visits at the jail, I assume based on your conversation with them, you have what you need in terms of language for a proposed order for that.
Yes, I just needed to know if you also wanted that. And that's why we're talking, because you might have said, oh, come here. I'll just soon be here and not out there.
I think I would, and I think that would give me the ability to see whether that actually works. And if it does, we may not need to bother you, or
Okay.
maybe that's not as effective and we do need to bother you a little bit.
Got it. So I will do the contact visit order. And that's not for a specific date. It is an authorization. And then you coordinate with the
them.
folks at the jail. They give you the windows that work or don't work. You've done that before. I don't know how that flows, but I'll do that order. And then I'll wait to hear back from you if you then want to supplement that with having Mr. Williams come over here to look at stuff, because he said, look, I need some time alone with this, or you only have an hour, but it's a 3-hour video and he wants to see the rest. That might be something we do over here, but
Okay.
I will stay out of it unless I hear from you.
All right, terrific. Well, thank you.
You bet. Mr. Williams, the other thing that your lawyer and the prosecutor and I discussed is scheduling. Today was supposed to be a final plea date, which was the last day you could enter a plea if you were interested in entering a plea and have the ability to withdraw that plea if that's where you were going with the case. That's not happening for two reasons. One, this new indictment resets a clock, just 10 days worth, but I wouldn't make you think through this new indictment so quickly. But also Mr. Wallach has asked that I take your case off of, it was on two not quite overlapping trial calendars. One starts on Monday with a senior judge who comes in and helps us with cases. And then the one I have starts in a couple weeks. And Mr. Wallach indicated that he will be more effective and more prepared to do the work he needs to on your behalf if there was a little more time in there. And so I didn't remove them. They're still printed on the calendar, but they're continued. So you will not come back here for the call of this upcoming trial calendar per Mr. Wallach's request and an order that I entered granting that continuance.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you guys talked about it, but I wanted you to hear it from me so that you're like, wait, why am I not coming back to court? I told you why, because your lawyer asked for it. Okay. Ms. Nix, anything we need to hear about from the state in connection with Mr. Williams's case?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you, today was going to be final plea. Had you communicated an offer to Mr. Wallach, or because you knew you were going to supersede, you guys didn't get there?
I did send an offer.
Okay, excellent. I'm glad that those conversations are happening. I'll take care of the contact visit order and we'll go from there.
Terrific. Thanks, Judge.
You bet.